Watch your ears, everybody.
The following is a presentation of Stewed Productions.
Do it. Do it, do it, do it. Official. We're live at 4J Brewing. Take that other camera, Jennifer.
Don't start bossing me around.
Jennifer. You've seen us before. There's Jennifer and Larry. Hey, guys.
Hey.
How are things?
Awesome.
Fine.
Thanks for being on our show at your place.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing the whole setup.
We did. We brought it all. Kennedy's here as well. I don't have his intro, but warm it up, Chris.
I'm about to.
All right.
My mic's not on.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh.
Your ears aren't on, man. No, you're on. You're good.
Okay.
You are so good. All right. We are live at 4J. This is one of the first live on location episode of this year, and in a while, right? It's been a little while.
Sweet.
What are y'all doing today? Were you kegged before we got here? Like as we set up, you were kegging.
Mm-hmm.
Are you brewing today?
No.
Okay.
It would be a lot messier in here if we were brewing.
That's fun.
And
How often?
hotter.
How often do you brew?
Once or twice a week.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool. Okay, so if you did not hear Jennifer's episode of Inner Brews, first, shame on you, but two, it's fine. It's been, what, a year?
Yeah.
Have y'all hit your year anniversary? Are we?
About to.
Yeah, when is
Yeah,
that?
March 20. Officially the 24th, but our party's going to be on Saturday the 23rd.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have just enough time to kind of put it in your calendar and get ready.
Say the date.
Yeah. Larry, hey, welcome to the show. First time on any of my shows, my plethora of shows. So
Thank you.
thanks for being
Pleasure
on.
being here.
It's a pleasure to have you. So this is a family venture. The 4Js are you and your sisters.
Mom's in the corner over there reading
Somebody-
the mail.
Never put mama in the corner.
Oh, no.
But okay, so I want to get into the family aspect of
She's
all of
blushing.
this. Yeah, the family aspect of all of this, because this has very much been a family venture. So let's tell everybody your story and let them in on the magic of 4J.
Dad?
Actually, hold on. Silly me. Sorry, everybody. Protocol. We have beers in front of us. We should at least have one in hand as we hear the
Yeah.
story. In proper beer tasting etiquette, we'll start light, I guess, on the left and go right.
Perfect.
I think that would be how you set it up. So what is on the left there with the nice...
Hold on.
Do you have a beer can?
Before we do any of that,
What?
I have a question for you.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't know if I... Okay, what?
Yeah, the question is,
It's time for your favorite segment and mine here on
Seemed
Liquid
forced.
Punch. This is
What you drinking?
Good.
So that is the question, what are we drinking? And I'm not going to answer that. Jennifer, what are we drinking today? What's first up?
So, first up is the IPA, which a year ago, we did not even have brewing at
No.
all. So that's brand new. And I'll just go ahead and go down the line. The next would be Blonde, Amber, also brand new as of a week ago, Pecan Porter.
I saw that.
Pappy's Pecan Porter.
Nice.
And since we don't have all 5 beer, or we don't have 5 beers on tap, the last one's a root beer. So, but we did make that.
Oh, nice.
So,
Good form. That'll be a good show ender.
yeah.
Like a little
Sober
dessert.
up.
Yeah, dessert to all this.
Or a lot of people come in and they mix the Pecan Porter or the stout with the root beer, which is really interesting.
Bold move. I'd try it. I'd try it. I'd probably just throw some ice cream in there, though.
Yeah, that's
You know,
Dad's
at the end of it.
Dad's idea.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk IPA real quick. Tell me about this IPA. It smells.
Citra, all Citra hops.
Yeah.
Boiled, whirlpool, and dry hop, all Citra. So, like I just said, that's brand new. We never even homebrewed an IPA. But everybody came in asking for one, so you know what? We had to have one. So,
I've been on a big IPA kick. Like, I like IPAs, and I know they're like the most, popular style in craft beer. And I guess hearing about them all the time, and you read about them on Facebook, everybody's like, "Oh, these IPAs are amazing." Like, I'm kind of a counter culture, not counter, but whatever. It's like I thumb my nose at trends. You
yeah.
know? Like,
and that's kind of how we are too.
yeah. And so it's like, no, I'm going to go with malty, or I'm going to go with sours, or whatever. But just lately, they're just so good.
Yeah.
So I can't help it. Especially Citra. I love Citra hops.
Yeah, me too.
They smell good. They taste good.
And a lot of customers come in and they say, "Oh, I hate IPAs. I don't drink it, but but let me have some." So they have a little sip and they're like, "Wow, that's actually really, really good. I could drink that. I could drink a whole glass of that." And that's kind of our whole I don't know what's the word. Whole I don't know. I've lost
Approach?
my I guess so. Lost my train of thought, but what we stand behind, Dad, is, we aren't crazy hopheads, but, if we can drink it, it's a good hoppy beer. So, because we're not huge hoppy people.
No, Kennedy, I'm hearing us.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
No, I'm not so much
We're good.
yelling at you as much as I'm making sure it's not the voices in my head.
Yeah.
It's like, y'all are hearing that too, right?
Yeah.
I always have to
One
question it.
One can never be sure.
That's what I'm saying. So anyway, it's fine. It was a great show. I'll just listen to it back. The last 10 minutes I've enjoyed it. So why not relive it?
Yeah.
No, this is a super enjoyable IPA. It smells good.
Thank you.
It's one of the I really want hop cologne. Dab,
Just pour it on. That's usually what I smell like after a brew day is just hops and wort. I swear if I get pulled over, they're going to be like, "You're drunk, ma'am." I'm like, "No, I work at a brewery."
Yeah, no. Yeah.
I just always reek of beer.
Yeah, look at all the.
Yeah, that's probably the wrong thing to say.
Yeah, exactly.
The automatic assumption is that you're just drinking all day. I would assume.
Which is because you said y'all aren't drinking right now.
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Yeah, you're sticking to coffee and what do you got in there?
Water.
Powerade,
Just water.
Red Bulls and whatever. What is some other cool drink I don't know, one of those like a smoothie or something. Anyway, I don't know.
Yeah, something good.
Yeah,
Kombucha.
Yeah, there
it
you
has
go.
a little bit of alcohol in it though. So I was going to go there, but I didn't want to go alcohol. Did you try the IPA yet?
I did.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Hey, what's the last thing you brewed?
I'm currently brewing a Hefeweizen.
Currently brewing. It's fermenting.
Fermenting, yeah. It's fermenting. Yeah, I guess that's the proper term.
Like you're very
low
key on that.
It blew up in my living room.
Oh, that's the one that blew up.
Yes.
Have y'all had any blow ups? Any yeast explosions?
Yeah, but they've all been pretty tamed. The worst was when I dry hopped for the first time and that just exploded everywhere. That was really fun.
Yeah.
It was not fun.
What causes that?
When you start, so the trick is when you throw the hops, I dry hop in the fermenter.
Mm-hmm.
So when you throw it in first, you just throw a little bit in and let the bubbles just kind of let it all calm down first.
Okay.
And
it's
then
full of CO2 at that point.
Yeah. And so then you shut the lid and let it calm down for a second, and then you open it back up, throw the rest in.
Okay.
And so I didn't know that I threw all in at the same time, and it just went all over
Just exploded.
everywhere. Yeah.
That's fun. That's fun.
That was a nice cleanup on a Sunday evening.
Yeah. That's most of it, right?
Yeah.
Like over the past year, it's been mostly cleaning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Big messes.
Okay. Let's backtrack a little bit. Flashback, backstory to the brewery. Why a brewery? Why now? A year ago. How did it all come about?
Dad?
What's the background?
Well, my family's been brewing beer since Prohibition.
Really?
My dad was born in 1910, and he was in 1920 when Prohibition went in. He was 10, and so Grandpa says, "Hey, we can't buy any beer." He said, "We're going to have to make our own." Nice. So that's how they got started, and then even when they repealed it in 33, they continued on. I guess it kind of got to be a family tradition.
Yeah. Were they here in Texas?
Leon County.
Okay.
Yeah, in Texas.
Where's that at?
It's about halfway between here and Dallas.
Okay.
Dallas. Normandy, Flynn, Leona, Centerville is the capital of the county. And so they brewed up there, and then they moved on to Houston in the 38. I think my dad moved down here right after Prohibition, not too long after that.
Okay.
And continued on brewing beer. So, and also
wine.
my dad brewed wine. He liked doing that too. So,
did they sell it, or was it just all for family?
No, just all for their own consumption.
Okay.
And they did it for years. And so I helped my dad when I was a kid. I got tickled. A friend of mine the other day texted me, and he says, "Man," he says, "I remember when we used to go out in the garage and look around, and everything in there was bubbling."
What styles of beer were y'all making?
With my dad, I tell you the
Was
truth,
it
I
even
have
a
no
style?
clue.
It was just beer.
It was just beer. So
We found you have an old recipe, and I looked at it. We were like, oh, maybe we should brew it, and it's like sugar is the main. And I'm like, this isn't even today's beer,
Yeah.
It's just alcohol, fermented
and
water.
and it's only a 3-day deal, and you're drinking it.
Okay.
So
Were there any hops involved or anything?
I don't even.
I know.
don't
We
even
need to
remember if
look
there was or
again.
not.
I don't
think
think
so.
so.
Okay.
So anyway, we did that, and then my dad retired in 1970 and moved to back to the country, so it left me by myself. I just got out of the Navy, so I found Del Falco's over on Stella Link, and then started buying my stuff there. I had been buying it before that from a place in St. Louis or Chicago, one or the other.
Okay.
It was a brew store there.
Yeah.
So over the years, I would brew. I had three kinds of beer I would brew. I'd brew like a pale ale.
It was a light.
Yeah, light. I called it light. Had an amber. I called it red, and then the stout, I called it dark.
Which was all extract brews. So
Sure.
you would go get dark extract or light extract or red extract.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it
And
the
then-
pre-hopped?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and then
The
after a
Coopers or
while, I started doing a half and half. I'd get a half extract and half grain,
Yeah.
Partials.
and so that tasted better. And then so I built a little 3-pot system. And Jennifer was in and out of college, coming home for summers and whatever, and she would help me, and she got interested in it. So when she graduated from Alabama in 13,
Roll Tide.
and by the way, the Edwards family is from Alabama, Greene County.
Okay.
So anyway, so she got interested in it, and she worked for the banking industry and the construction industry for about 3 years. And finally, about 3 years ago, a little over 3 years ago, she said, "I'm tired of all this stuff, and I want to do something different. I don't like being stuck in an office." And I said, "What do you want to do?" And she said, "I want to make beer."
Yeah.
So that was in May of 15? And we opened in March of 18.
That's cool.
So
It's a good story because it's not just like on a whim that you wanted. I mean, it's really in your blood. It's in your family, generations. That's good stuff. None of my family brewed anything. I just came along. I was like, I think I'm gonna do that. Nobody did that. They drank some of it, but that's a cool story. So, was it, Jennifer, when you were little? Did it fascinate? Because I brew it's been a while since I brewed, but I always have my daughters with me. I've got 3 daughters. So, congratulations on surviving with all the. Is there any tips?
With four daughters.
Yeah, I've got
Oh, gosh.
I've got a 12-year-old and 2 10-year-olds. So we're not quite into the craziest of things, but I can see it over the horizon.
It's coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Any tips? Any dad tips, or is it just like you got to earn it?
They just,
Make beer.
Make beer.
Or drink beer, rather.
Look at that. So these paddles, the flight paddles, handcrafted.
Yeah.
From-
As of like a week ago.
Yeah. No, they work. They're not gonna. You have to be a little careful bringing the glass out.
Okay.
Because I think with the moisture, there's a little. But no, it holds on. It's not gonna fall out. That's a good.
Yeah.
It's good. Just know it.
We're going to brand the sides with our 4J brand. So that's to come.
Yeah, I like your branding. Mm-hmm. Y'all have a ranch, right?
Yes.
That's where the boards came from.
Oh, cool.
That's
Yeah.
old corral boards.
Very cool. I just skipped right on over to the blonde. Kennedy, are you still in your IPA?
No, he's moving
I'm
on.
on number
Oh.
2.
What'd you think of the IPA? I don't know if you're a big IPA fan. Are you an IPA fan?
I'm a big IPA fan.
Are you?
Love IPAs.
If you go back, the evolution of your palate in this show.
Oh yeah, when we first started doing the show, I couldn't stand IPAs. I thought I was either like eating lawn clippings or sucking on a pine cone.
See, what he didn't know was that I
I-
actually put lawn clippings in his glass. For the longest time, he was
Yeah,
actually drinking lawn
It was
clippings.
kind of gross to me, to be honest. But now, IPAs are one of my favorites.
Oh, good. Do you have a favorite?
Lupulent threshold shift,
Yes.
right?
It's got yes. It's the changing of your palate to accept more bitter, and because bitter is actually, I learned this from, not to name drop, but to absolutely name drop, and the fact that I interviewed Randy Mosher a few episodes back on Interbrews. Bitter is a taste that from the furthest times back in man's search for survival, bitter was something that would tell the brain, don't eat that. It's dangerous. If you just found foraging or whatever people did before HEB was a thing. And so now because we now can control bitter. There's different levels of bitter and different types of bitter or whatever. They change over time. They know that's not dangerous. Some bitter is dangerous, obviously, but anyway. So that's the thing.
Interesting.
Yeah. So the more you have of it, the nuance of what bitter is healthy and what bitter is dangerous changes Some of that I think I'm just making up. Sounds good. though.
It does. Sounds good.
Yeah.
What took you? Remind me again. What took you to Alabama? You were. Was it a scholarship?
Yeah, I played
Sport-
basketball.
Basketball. That's
Yeah, with an academic scholarship. So I played for about 6 months and then focused on school.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
So, any
It was
thought of
fun.
going back to basketball, picking it back up?
Oh gosh, no.
No.
I haven't played in probably 5 years.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
like riding a bike.
I
What
don't know.
position did you play?
I was a shooting guard.
Okay. Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
It was fun. Roll Tide.
Are you are you a Rockets fan?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you, if there was a play, or do you watch basketball much?
Not really.
No. So if there's a player now that you'd say emulates your style,
Oh yeah, I have no idea.
like
Yeah.
no.
I played against Brittany Griner though, which was fun. Do y'all know her?
Yeah, from Baylor.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she was like what, almost 6'9",
6'8" or so.
6'8" or 9. Yeah, she's in the WNBA now. Plays for, why do I know this? Phoenix.
Yeah, that sounds about
I
right.
think Phoenix. Yes. Anyway.
She tried to dunk on me in high school, and I stepped on her foot before she went up, and she missed the dunk.
Nice. In high school, you played, or in college?
Wow, that's actually
High school.
That's
Okay.
a good
Yeah.
claim to fame.
Yeah. But also, like, she was on the. Are y'all familiar with basketball?
Yeah.
So she was on the block, and I was about to shoot a 3, and she blocked my shot from the block. Like, that's how huge this girl is.
Yeah,
I mean, it
she's-
was pretty incredible.
Yeah, she's
So
on the women's side. She's basically like, average heights and everything adjusted for what average height is like. It'd be like a 7'2",
yeah,
men's player with everybody else.
her spread is her arm spread is just crazy.
Yeah. She's. I don't know how she's doing now. I don't
know.
watch a lot of WNBA
I don't either.
anymore or ever, but.
I don't either.
But yeah, no. She. Did you ever see that when she was playing for Baylor? I think it was Texas Tech.
The girl she punched.
Yes.
Yeah, that
Dropped
was
her.
bad.
Just
That was really bad.
dropped her. Like, give up basketball and go right to the UFC. See,
Yeah.
women's UFC was not a thing then, but she would have been
Yeah.
amazing. I don't know what weight class she would have been in.
Yeah.
Good luck
Or
finding somebody.
height class.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, okay. So a year. Let's talk about. So we, family history. You decided to come back from Alabama, lucky for us, and open your brewery here. It's been a year.
I can't believe it.
What? So take me through this year. What's new beers, new customers, new
Yeah.
experiences? What?
It's been. I don't even. I think we're just trying to stay above water. Like it's just been so. It's been awesome. I mean, but we're constantly changing and improving and trying to keep up. And right now, I mean, we can't even keep our beers on tap. I mean, it's been insane. So we usually have a pale and a stout on tap as well. So our 5 year-round beers are IPA, blonde, amber, pale ale, and stout.
Okay.
And then we're slowly starting to add in specialty and seasonal brews.
Yes.
So we started our first specialty with the Pecan Porter,
Boom.
which has been a really good hit, big hit. But I know when we brew it again, I know what to. It was a complete mess of a brew day, so I'm surprised it even came out as good as it did.
Yeah.
I ordered everything wrong. I mean, everything was bad, so all around. But it turned out pretty good.
Right.
The pecans, mom over there in the corner, she shelled. The pecans are from a pecan tree on a property
That's cool.
that they have, and so she shelled and shelled and picked and
Do you
roasted and
So you roast them before
yeah.
they go in.
So it's true pecans, and we didn't use an extract or anything like that.
That's
so.
cool. I love pecans.
I'll probably next time add more pecans. I didn't order enough of one of the roasted malts that I used, and so I had to use a malt that I had in the back, which we use in our stout. And so I don't like that that taste is similar in the stout, the roastiness. So I would remove, fix that. That was just a mistake on my on my ordering part, but I mean it's been really good. Coming up, so for our March 23rd anniversary party, we are going to have, if any pecan porters left, we'll have that. And then we're going to do a Pilsner and a blood orange IPA.
Ooh, fun.
So I actually put out on Facebook, we were going to do a grapefruit, but then I was thinking maybe that's kind of basic, like old school IPA, I don't know, on fruit. And so I put out a survey, and everybody was really excited about it and said, thanks for doing this. This is awesome that we had a say in what we want to see. And
Yeah.
blood orange came in, was number one. Grapefruit wasn't too far behind though, but a lot of other people everybody had really good suggestions.
Blood
So-
orange is kind of the it fruit right now.
Yeah,
It's
you see it a lot.
I have a blood orange little bitty tree.
Oh, cool.
It's like this tall in a pot, and it has a handful of blood oranges on it, and if you have to let them ripe long enough to get that real deep red,
Right.
Because they look like they're ready to eat, and then they're not that. You open it up, it's like, oh, that's not what I remember a blood orange looking like. But then you wait a few more weeks, and it just becomes this super deep, dark, super sweet,
Nice.
just
Yeah.
rich flavor. I love blood oranges. They're great.
Yeah, it's really good.
I was going to brew something with them, but then we just ate them all.
Not bad.
Yeah, they're good. They're really good. Couldn't keep them around.
Yeah.
I have a Hefeweizen recipe that,
Ooh, yum.
yeah,
Yeah, get ready for an explosion.
I've brewed it before. I know how it works.
So we have a couple questions from viewers.
Oh, go right there.
Somebody was asking about your tap room hours.
We are open Fridays 3 to 10 and Saturdays noon to 10. And we are possibly going to start adding in another day pretty soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
All right, and then somebody, Jeffrey. Hey, Jeffrey.
Hey,
Oh,
Jeffrey.
he's asking about brewing. Has a brewing question
Uh-oh.
about when the pecans go in.
In the mash.
I was about to ask. Okay,
So we put it in the mash.
okay.
Yep.
Just like a sack.
Yeah, so Mom roasted them 3 or 4 different times. So
Okay.
put them in the oven. You have to get all the oils out. The
Yeah.
oils will make it kind of like, I don't know, stringent or something, kind of.
A glaze on
yeah.
top, right?
She said 5 times.
Oh, 5 times.
You
It's 5
roasted 5 times?
Yeah, so
5 times.
put them in 5
times
different
roasted.
times
Yeah.
to make sure all the oils come out. And then she
Did you season them at all? Any salt or anything? No, just straight. Okay.
some cinnamon and
Yeah.
spice. What's it called, Mom? When you put it in the thing, the chopper. I don't know. You know what it's called? The when you like chop it.
She said as far away as she possibly could, but she's going to get
Yeah, I
dragged
know,
into
she's
the
on the
show
show
whether she
now.
wants to or not.
I don't know. Whatever. So we made them smaller, whatever it's called. I cannot think right now.
Grinding?
Yeah, but we didn't like grind them up. And
Oh,
we
like a
didn't-
slap chop?
Yeah, or like, but it's like a kitchen tool. You like put stuff in it and chop it up.
A processor? Food
Yeah,
processor?
yeah. That exact same thing. Yeah,
Pulsar,
so
a
she.
pulsar? Whizzed up? How
Yeah,
the
so
British
she
say?
pulsed them, and chopped them up a little bit, but not too small, and then we put them in the mash.
I just drank all the blonde. I didn't even ask about it. It was just good. I'll say, just a delicious beer, easy to drink, great
Yeah.
for a hot day. I would imagine if you're out on the ranch, whatever you do on a ranch, like chasing cattle or baling hay. Is that?
Yeah.
Is that what-
Yep, sure.
I assume it sounds awesome. Like
Should have seen the cows eat the leftover grain with the pecans in it.
yeah. Do they chase after the truck or whatever?
They run at us when we come in there.
That's cool. I love cows.
They're just amazing. They eat and eat and eat and just eat it all up.
What, and then you get to eat the cows.
No. These are registered beef masters.
Those are their babies.
Breeding cattle.
Oh, it's all about that. That's what goes on the ranch. I understand now.
4J Ranch, by the way.
Okay, 4J Ranch. Maybe we can't talk about what happens on the ranch.
It stays on there.
Yeah. Do you play like special,
Set the mood.
Yeah, set the mood.
Oh, boy.
Romantic. Sorry.
Dad
Valentine's
jokes.
Day.
Dad
Yes.
jokes.
Valentine's Day coming up. Cows need love too. Okay. So breeding cows. But
Those are Mom's babies.
okay. So what's the process? Do they
They just
hang out and-
and eat and don't do anything else.
okay.
And they're never gonna be like butchered or anything. Those are just like pets.
Oh, that's sweet.
Well, and they're show cattle. If they have calves that are a really nice one, you can put it in the shows and show them, and then on to the auction. Where they would go to another rancher that wanted to add some new bloodlines to his herd
Okay.
of beefmaster cattle.
Do y'all ever? What are the at the rodeos coming up too? And y'all aren't that far. I mean, you're down in town, and compared to where I'm up way northwest, so everything like south of the Beltway's in town. But rodeos coming up. They always do the deal where they let the calves out and the
Calf
kid-
scramble.
Yeah, that's always fun. Y'all ever done anything like that? Have you ever chased a cow? And,
No.
have you ever seen that, Kennedy?
Yes.
They have to tackle the cow.
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
That's
but
hang on
awesome.
to
by
it.
the end of it, like none of the kids can run anymore.
No, they're
They're like
exhausted.
so winded.
Cows are super
Yeah.
strong, apparently. I didn't know that. You just look at them, you think they're slow.
They're heavy.
Yes, they look heavy.
Calves are heavy.
Yeah.
Last time I went to the rodeo, I took Merlin, and we went to the rodeo, and we went into one of the auctions where they were auctioning off some registered cattle, and we left with one of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you? They just ride with you.
I
And,
think,
like,
I think she was fluffing her hair up or something, and they said sold.
Oh no.
So I don't take her to the auctions anymore.
no. Yeah, that's smart. Is that that could happen? If you had like a allergy or something, you may leave an auction with more than you bargained for. Like,
Yeah.
because it doesn't take much. Before I start on the amber,
I started on it.
well, tell us about the blonde a little bit, because we just sprinted past it, just sprinted through it.
Yeah, that was one of the original beers, amber. When we were home brewing, so blonde, amber, pale, and stout was what he mentioned his 3. So when we went to all grain, they kind of transformed into a blonde, a pale, a amber, and a stout. Actually, sorry, a pale, amber, and stout, and then we added the blonde in after that. And blonde's just really easy to drink. It's really light, still flavorful, and just really, really easy. So it's always that's blonde and IPA are probably blonde is still our best seller. IPA is not far behind at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I would imagine most of your customers and people that come visit you here are from pretty close by. Is that true? Or no?
I mean, it's about half and half.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we get a lot of people from closer into town, Katy, I mean, all over the place, out of town people. Somebody came in the other day from Chicago or something, Illinois,
bit of a
and
commute.
and they've been to like 500 breweries, and they brought us a whole stack of stickers, and
That's
I mean,
cool.
they've been everywhere. So we get everything,
Yeah.
so all over the place, and but that's been awesome. It's awesome hearing how they heard about us, and just getting to know them, and we've really, really become close with our customers, and especially our regulars, and we just love them coming in and us talking to them, and just hearing about their story and everything.
Yeah.
So
It's good to have regulars.
yeah.
Kennedy gets to be a regular around town.
Around
Right.
town?
Yeah, I'm talking about at breweries and stuff.
Oh,
He's regularly at breweries.
yeah.
You've been here before.
I have been here before.
Slunk in,
We snuck
posted
in,
on Instagram,
Yeah.
didn't say a word.
Yeah.
and we snuck out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not always the most friendly person.
No, you're just a little shy. You and
around.
Mike both. Mike was here when we did Interbrews, and I was like, "Go introduce yourself. Say whatever. Everybody's cool." All right, well, no. And then I just see an Instagram post. so, I mean, I guess Instagram post is fine.
Yeah. Come talk to us.
Yeah.
Dad will give you a 4-hour tour and show you around the whole place.
Those are the best ones. Those are the best ones. Do you have a favorite style that you enjoy drinking more than any other?
Everybody says, "What do I like?"
Mm-hmm.
I usually get stuck on the first one I drink that day.
And then just keep going? Mm-hmm. Don't like to bounce around?
No, not really. I mean, and I like them all. So,
That shows commitment. See, that's why everything works.
a lot of people want to come try all of them, but I've already done that. So
Right.
I can just say, okay, it's kind of like an amber day to me.
That's
So,
true. That's true. That's what's, I'm not going to say it's missing, but I think, everybody tries to check off, okay, I've been to all these breweries and I've tried all these beers and I put it on Untapped and I put it whatever. And that's cool. Try them. But to really get into it, you really have to kind of like dedicate yourself to a day, have 2 or 3 of the same beer,
Right.
different temperatures of, let it sit for a minute and, try it with food, that sort of thing. Because the first beer and the second beer, once your palate's kind of acclimated to it, you're going to get different things,
Yeah.
Even
just switching, like on a flight, switching from, it takes a few sips to even get the profile of the next beer. And sometimes like when you're drinking it, you may not like a beer, but you come back and you try it, and I'm just saying in general, at having like drinking beer, you go, oh, I don't like this one, but you had it after eating, or you had it after a different beer that changed your taste buds. And then you come back and you're like, man, this is great. So
yeah, I don't, in our culture, and this is me ranting against, our microwave culture, but you really, you have to look inward and be like, all right, so obviously whoever the brewery is, they've focused on that beer a lot, and they've studied and they've brewed it multiple times, dozens, maybe hundreds of times, and they've analyzed it and reanalyzed it and had it sent off to labs, and had other like expert beer tasters come try it and all that kind of stuff, scrutinized all the time, right? And so for somebody to walk in and be like, it's not good. Like
Yeah.
like one sip. No, it's not good. It's like, why? Why? I mean, dig in there. It bothers me. It's why I cringe at Facebook most of the time.
Yeah.
I just
Or Untapped.
yeah, or whatever. Yeah, I'm not even on Untapped. I don't. Even, I mean, I may have an account, but I've never.
Or when you judge a style and you don't like the style.
Yes.
Like
How
that's-
do you leave a review on a style you don't
No.
like? I don't understand
you can't
that.
do that.
Yeah. Horrible IPA. Do you
I
like
don't-
IPAs? No,
no.
I hate IPAs.
Yeah.
No. All right. Well, okay. Interesting. That's an interesting approach there. A person posting. I just think, yeah, you really have to take into account where am I at? You know, like today. What do we? Am I tired? If you're physically tired, that's going to change the way. Like I've had beers that I was so excited, like to try, but it was at the end of the day. We've been doing whatever all day long, working in the yard, or I've been hanging, you know, doing stuff with the kids or whatever. And you walk in, you sit down, and you're just like, I'm exhausted, but it's like this is the only time this week I have time to really set up and try this beer, and it's just not what you thought it was gonna be, and it's like, oh, I was too tired, or it's like the third beer. You know, have you ever done that? That's the worst one when you're like, you go to, you know, where you buy a bunch of beers, like I'm gonna try these, and you sit down, it's like, oh, I shouldn't open this. It's not what I thought. It's not. I'm just not. I knew it was gonna be like. It's something you know you're gonna like.
Yeah.
You know, it's in that. But then you just weren't. You know, we try too much. I don't know.
Yep.
Kim, do you ever do that? Have you ever had one of those like regret that you opened it because it wasn't what you thought it was gonna be?
Yeah, so I'm strictly more of a social drinker. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times I'll come home after work and I'll sit down, and if I pop open a beer and I won't finish it. I'll have about like 2 or 3 sips. And I'm like, kind of done.
Yeah. I've gotten to be like that too.
Really?
I drink less now that I work and own a brewery.
Really?
Yeah. Or and like when we're working, I may have like a sip. So Fridays and Saturdays, I'm not drinking that much, and then at home, after a brew day, like last night, I open a beer. I actually have a bunch of beer in the fridge and that people bring in, and so, actually, Gail Courtney brought in some Southern Star. She works at Southern Star, so
Yeah.
she brought in
There you
some
go.
Southern Star. So I had their Kolsch, and but it was so after a brew day, I'm like, yeah, this is good, but usually I don't drink that much.
Yeah.
Dad, on the other hand, I have to make sure he doesn't drink all the beers. So
I've been battling that in my house. My wife has her own business now, so her hours have changed. And so she used to not get home until late, and then it was like drag her and the kids into the house, get everybody ready for bed, and then she's basically falling asleep on the couch. Now she's home earlier. She has time to sit and relax, which is great. But then she's like, I think I could go for a beer. And then I come home on the weekends like, what happened to all the beer? And she drank it all. She drank all the IPAs or whatever. She's like, I mean, did you enjoy them? Tell me about it, because I don't get to try them now.
yeah,
But, yeah, no, I mean, that's good. It's all good. I get it, though. I get it. You know, okay, I'm just glad she gets to enjoy them. I'm not angry. I'm not upset about that. I think that's not the first time I brought that up. But it's fine.
It's not the first
Not
time
the-
you brought that
It's
up.
just me getting used to it, Kennedy. Is what it is. It's new. It's the new reality of our whole situation. I'm getting used to it.
Well, it's better than the story you told me about you and your wife last week.
What did
Well, it's not so much a story, but it was weird how you kicked me out of the house at the end of the show last Thursday. You were embarrassing me.
Oh, well, that's what married couples do, man. That's what they. I don't remember.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
Were we doing the budget?
It was awkward and
Oh,
kind of like it is right now.
oh. That's you keep it awkward. That's kind of your deal.
I do.
Yeah, I don't remember. I
I
don't
do.
remember what that was. Honestly, don't. I hope it's what he's talking about or what I'm thinking he's talking about. That's great. I think. I don't know. Life's too busy. But that's probably what it was. Anyway, thanks. Thanks
Hey,
for,
don't
thanks for
mention-
leaving
don't mention.
promptly.
I couldn't get out of there fast enough.
I don't think that's what happened. I think it was just a.
I think you were just trying to get me out of the house quickly.
And did it work? It worked.
It worked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Note to self. All right. Speaking of, is there anything new in that realm for you? I try to embarrass him every once in a while. He's in every show.
No. So,
No.
speaking of Julie,
Is she watching?
I don't think she's watching. She'll go back and
She'll
watch
watch the
that.
replay. Hey, Jules.
But her favorite beers are the Ambers and the Reds. So she'll absolutely love that Amber.
oh yeah, the
Very
amber. We
finished.
should talk about that too. As I'm just sitting here drinking it, and enjoying
as
it.
I finished it.
Yeah,
And I'm not really usually a big fan of the Amber or the or reds, but this amber is really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
good.
It was super easy to drink.
Yes, drinkable and enjoyable. I think
Yeah.
that's where ambers and red, like red, Irish red, whatever, that kind of style. Enjoyable. It's the enjoyable realm. This is enjoyable.
Thank you. We enjoy it.
It would go well with a burger.
Oh yeah.
Ambers would always go well with a burger and fries. Let's cut the show short and go get a burger and fries and come back.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Is there food
When
truck?
I was making the 3 beers, before we got big, I had a 3-pot, 5-gallon system. Make 1 keg at a time, 5 gallons. Anyway, so I would make a light and a red and a dark, and stock up in the ice box. I had a little kegerator and stock up in that, and invite all the family and friends over, and put them on tap, and we'd do it out here in the parking lot under some tents and stuff. And I'd put 3 cans out there, and I'd give everybody a chip. And I'd said, whichever one, had the cans labeled the same as the beers. And I said, drop your chip in those cans, whichever one you like the best. Everything always came out even. So that's the 3 beers that we started with, and that's how we kind of tested people.
Yeah.
But
Well,
we didn't have that intention in mind when we were doing it.
yeah, but that's also, I mean, when you think about, what goes on, like craft beer has just skyrocketed as far as, the styles and everything else. I mean, a lot of the styles have always been around, but as far as like what was popular, 10 years ago or whatever, people hadn't heard of I don't know, most of it. It was just like light and dark and whatever's in the middle. And, we've gotten past it a little bit because we're always in this like hazies and sours and pastry stout, all the wild stuff, which is good too, but to try it out. But these are still great beers. It's like
Just basic.
there's nothing wrong with
Easy
basic
beer. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong, and they're not. I mean, they're basic as in like an amber. I don't know.
Well, yeah, it doesn't have kolaches in it, or what? I mean, whatever people. Which
Are you going to do that?
No.
If you were going to use a kolache, what type of kolache would you use in a beer?
Well, sausage and cheese.
No jalapeno?
What do you mean? Maybe that would be fun.
All right. You ever had a boudin kolache?
No.
It's like, it's done right. They're really, really good. But then it's also like you get halfway through it and you're like, that's too many carbs. I just should have gone with just the boudin or just the kolache. And trying to mix them together, it's like too much of a good thing. I love
I
boudin.
think boudin it might work with all the rice and stuff in it.
Yeah.
Like a boudin beer?
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I'm sure somebody's done it.
Yeah.
Have they?
I
In
bet.
Louisiana.
Yeah. I know they've done a crawfish beer. I know, I think Texas Beer Refinery did one.
Oh yeah.
Like kind of like an oyster stout, but they used crawfish, which we're coming up on crawfish season. Which,
Oh, it's already started.
has it? Have you had some already?
No.
It hadn't started until you've had
You
some.
don't get crawfish like the first few weeks of the season.
That's what I'm saying.
You gotta let it sit. Let the crawfish get a little bigger.
Okay. But you don't want them too late because then their shells get too hard.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Exactly. Right. Do you just like to eat straight crawfish? Or do you like
Live?
Well, no. But I'm saying like just boiled crawfish or do you do like etouffee and that sort of like would you rather the meat be mixed in with something else?
No.
Just
You spend a whole day drinking beer and shelling crawfish.
okay. I agree.
An entire day of that.
What's the most you've eaten in one sitting?
Pound?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's kind of a calorie neutral food because you burn calories
Yeah,
as you're
it's
trying to
so
get that
hard.
little bit of meat.
I would say I've probably eaten 8 pounds in one sitting before.
8 pounds.
Yeah, it's not that hard to.
8 pounds?
Yeah, 8 pounds of crawfish
Do
is
you eat the
probably
meat
only-
out of the claws if they're big enough?
No, if they're big enough.
You suck the head?
No, I don't suck that.
No?
Oh yeah.
Do you? Okay.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't.
You're not eating crawfish unless you do.
Right,
Uh.
right. How do you season yours? Do you ever cook them up and
Yeah, with that Tony Cacciaroni or whatever.
Tony Catcher, sponsor of today's Liquid Lunch? Thank you. Yeah, I don't know how you pronounce that word either. Tony.
Saturated.
Saturated.
I like Cacciaroni better.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you could do crawfish, cheese, and Cacciaroni.
There you go.
That'd be good. I love
Yeah,
crawfish.
last season I introduced Julie to crawfish.
She'd never had them
She
before?
never had them before.
Did she grow up in Florida?
She's from Florida all the way.
They don't do crawfish
They
in
don't
Florida?
do crawfish in Florida.
Wow.
What part of Florida? I feel like the Panhandle would. It's like right there about everybody, right?
Alabama. Yep.
Yeah, Alabama, Mississippi.
Yeah, and I bet they have crawfish there. 'cause
Yeah.
it's swampy.
It's right.
I don't know why they just
They
don't do crawfish.
Do
there.
they gator?
She
Is it like
would-
all gator?
she wasn't a fan.
Yeah.
Of crawfish?
Yeah.
Where'd you take her?
Unfortunately.
I don't even have to put anybody on blast.
We were
but-
at Baleson, and they had a food truck there with crawfish. And
Okay.
she actually got sick the next day.
Oh.
That wasn't the if you're gonna get sick from like crawfish or shrimp or something, it's
Yeah.
gonna be right away.
Yeah, so I haven't been able to talk her into going. I'm like getting really excited because crawfish season's coming back
that's
up.
a false,
And she's
false
like,
thing. No, it's an aversion. That's an unearned aversion.
She also can't do spice in any way, shape, or form. So
You know, I kept saying you should go ahead and propose to Jules, but now I'm starting to have second thoughts.
Yeah.
No, she's fine.
Yeah.
Doesn't like spice at all.
No,
Like, what's
no.
the spiciest thing she'll eat and
She'll-
enjoy?
She's
Jalapeno poppers?
no, she's starting to like salsa verde,
Like
the
green sauce.
mild,
Oh my gosh.
mild salsa verde.
Okay.
She's got a
like-
long way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does, but I'm trying to like slowly put spice and stuff.
Okay.
Like when I cook, I have
Sneak
to
it
make sure.
in.
When I cook, I have to make sure it's not too spicy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing is like the spiciest peppers have the best flavor if you can get past the heat. Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like the habaneros and the ghost peppers are real like fruity flavors.
Oof.
But they're super.
heat.
Yeah, they're super, super hot. So you got to, I don't know if there's a way to separate. I don't know. But I love the taste of habaneros. But then, yeah, they'll light you on fire. But, I've had like habaneros in beer and it worked because
Yeah.
like a fruity Citra IPA or something like that, you could add some habanero and it works. Just, it's hot. It starts to burn right here.
Oh my gosh.
It's not bad though. It's not bad. So I'm looking at the pecan porter, roasted, the 5-time roasted pecan porter. I feel like that's a lot cooler than triple hopped from the Miller Lite
There you
commercial. I
go.
think you should get like a 5-time roasted T-shirt or something.
Yeah.
All right. So you said it was when your brew house.
Oh.
Go ahead, Kennedy.
I was gonna say, speaking of pecans,
Mm-hmm.
when you're making a pecan pie,
Yeah. Oh yeah. This guy's pies. That's his company. He makes pies.
it's roasting those roasting the pecans before the pie is the secret.
Is it? I'm sorry. I'm just trying. You keep
Yeah.
talking. I'm trying to grab.
Yeah, so roast your pecans first before you put them in your pie.
Interesting.
Roast
Yeah.
your pecans.
Yeah.
What do you do for your filling? Like the goo around the pecans? What is it? Just brown sugar and molasses or
It's
something?
brown sugar. It's corn syrup.
You put corn syrup in your pie?
Have you not seen the commercials?
Did you not watch the Super Bowl? Have you not been on Facebook in the last week?
I forgot.
Which
about
I
that.
find is so funny. It's like, yeah, let them just keep Miller Lite and Bud Light keep fighting against each other and leave us out of it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was strange. I've never seen that before about
Yeah.
Miller Lite and Bud Light duking it out now.
And I mean,
Oh.
it's semi-advertising for the other one.
I've never understood
You know?
that. It's Coke and Pepsi do the same thing. I think
Yeah.
there's got to be a calculated thing there where, if we show the other guy and then ours or something like that. I don't know.
Like Subway and McDonald's had a commercial recently
Yeah.
that Subway was making fun of McDonald's, but I'm like, you're still advertising for McDonald's.
Yeah, and Jack in the Box did that with Burger King for
Yeah.
like weirdly. I don't know. It's a weird. That's a weird thing. But then the whole the Super Bowl commercials they kind of threw me off with the Bud Light because then they had the Game of Thrones. Do y'all watch Game of Thrones?
No, but that we're playing on it.
Yeah, they brought in the dragon and then the mountain crushed the Bud Knight. Like squished his head is what they were referring to because on the show he did the same. The mountain did the same thing. So I'm like, oh, that dragon and the mountain, they're craft beer fans. They're crushing macro beer. That's what I got.
Right.
And I was like, that's not an effective commercial. That doesn't make me want to go buy your beer at all. It's like, no, two of the coolest characters on the show that everybody watches except for you guys.
Yeah, except for you two.
Yeah.
Except most everybody watches. It's like,
At this point, it's a big commitment to get into it.
oh yeah, you can't just jump in at the
Yeah.
final season and like, I'll just watch and figure out
Yeah.
what's going on. That's really good.
So, yeah,
That kind of hit me.
you can read the wiki pages.
Yeah.
No, you don't do that. Have you tried the pecan porter yet?
I have. It's
That's really good. So okay, I don't know. Oh well, I guess you said compared to your stout, you said too similar, or there's a
The
flavor.
roastiness is similar in the stout.
That's really good though.
it's those
And we could add more pecans too.
it's those 5 times roasted pecans.
I know, right? Yeah, I think 6 would have been
Too much. Yeah.
might have been too much. 4 times you wouldn't quite get the that perfect pecan-y.
Pecani.
Smells good. Though. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan.
Thanks.
You've had a couple of We've had a couple of viewers that said this is their favorite brewery. By the way.
Aw,
That's
thanks.
nice.
Yeah.
Who was
said
it?
that?
Do you know what page?
Maffet?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey, Paige.
Favorite.
That's
How's it
friend Paige. So she's been around a lot. She's my best friend.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
But I've never met her.
Another Alabama girl.
Yeah, we went to high
Oh.
school and college together.
Oh,
Oh, you guys are everywhere.
yeah. Well,
Thanks,
no,
Paige. Woohoo. Friend Paige.
There was somebody else that's way back up in the comments.
well, thanks.
Thanks,
Whoever you
guys.
are. Whoever
Yeah.
You all. Thanks, all y'all. What was I about to ask you? I was about to ask you a question. Oh, something I noticed today, and I sent you a link to something, I think, earlier.
Yeah, what was it?
I don't know.
Oh, the beer rate beer.
Oh, yeah.
Beer rate.
So
whatever it
there's
is.
been some interesting beer news. So that's one of them. So when you go to the grocery store, I don't know the last grocery store I saw it at. I know it's like a Randall's maybe, but is Randall's even still a thing? I'm not even sure.
I don't know either.
There are a few around.
Yeah, most of them got either bought out or closed down or whatever. But they would use the rate beer ratings. And just this week it was announced that ABI, Anheuser-Busch, their venture capital wing or whatever, they already owned a part of rate beer, but then they bought the whole thing.
Yeah.
I wonder. I guess they just assume they've got just so much money, so many just mountains of money. Just they don't even know. They're like Pablo Escobar. They have so much money sitting around. They can't even let's buy some hippopotamuses
Yeah.
and we'll just bury the rest.
Yeah,
of it.
I was gonna say it's in the dirt.
It's like I don't understand what they think. I guess they're just betting on people staying ignorant about what the rate beer ratings are. Because I mean, like I think of myself with wine. I look at this is rated really high with the wine thing. Like I don't know much about wine. I just don't. And so I'm like, okay, this one is said to be good for this
Right.
price.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
I look at that too.
Yeah, and I don't really know. So maybe there's that. Now that I analyze it out, but as a beer person, I don't.
And are they trying to control the ratings and what is being put out there? And that's the thing that I'm questioning.
I'm sure they'll say no.
Right.
They gave that whole thing like when they buy a brewery, nothing will change.
Right.
Everything's going to stay the same. It never stays the same. Why would they do that?
Yeah.
Why would you keep it the same? If you always change it, you're gonna make more money on it if you change it. That's and market to a whole group of people that didn't know and all that kind of stuff. So what are they going to change? Well, eventually it'll change.
Yeah.
I just don't trust them.
I know. And they had that hop farm in, what was it, South Africa or something? And they're not they're not allowing any contracts for small independent breweries
Really?
out of a hop farm. Yeah.
What type of hops?
I don't know.
I mean, I wonder what they use typically.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Most of it's like they extract out the whatever, right? So I don't know. Maybe they can just buy up all the hops and utilize them in some way
Yeah.
that's pretty neutral for them. Because they don't need hop. They don't need that much.
Right. That's what on Miller Lite says they're triple hopped. I'm like, there's not even any barely hops in the beer.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I guess to be a true Pilsner, you throw in they squirt it. The triple hopped. Boom.
3 squirts.
Yeah. 3.
Yeah. 3 ounces
Yeah. Just,
of beer
triple hopped.
of hops.
yeah. Whatever it's a paste, like a hop paste or something, or the oil, the hop extract or whatever it is they use. I don't know.
Yeah.
They mix it in with the corn syrup. I don't.
I
but-
love all the breweries saying we don't use corn syrup either, or we don't use it, or I don't know. All these breweries were commenting and posting after the Super Bowl.
Well, yes, there was that, but then the corn farmers got real upset at Budweiser. They're like, "Hey, we grow corn, jerks. What's wrong with corn?" And Big Chip probably is not happy.
I'll be honest. I didn't even know
Tostitos.
corn syrup was a thing in beer.
That's like extract.
Yeah.
It's just a way to get fermentable sugar, right?
Right.
I mean, it's just
Yeah.
it's not high fructose corn syrup, which is a little different, I guess.
Right. Which is how to the normal viewers, like, ew, gross.
That's what they were going for.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's underhanded. It's like
Right.
whatever. I mean, I don't drink either of those beers, and I love watching them fight and
Yeah.
whatever, get catty with each other.
Right. Spend money on each other, not fighting the independent breweries.
Right. I think that's what it made me think, they did those advertisements last year where they made fun of craft brewers and they said a peach pumpkin ale, and then they bought Elysian like that the week before.
Right,
and dogging them
exactly. Yep.
out. It makes me think that had an effect on their bottom line.
Yeah.
So if you're a craft brewer like a 4J, they fear you. That's what I think. Like that's why they did it initially.
The little guys, the
But then-
2-barrel breweries.
Are you 2-barrel?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you got them both pointed right at ABI.
Yeah, and you know the Bud Light commercial where the guy's talking about everyone orders a Bud Light and there's this guy and they're trying to make him look like a real jerk and he's like, "I'll take a mead."
No, he brought him.
And I'm like, man, I'd take a mead over.
He
that."
brought him a mead. That was the thing. The king.
Yeah.
And there was a heated night in the Stewart household.
I'm like,
So we're watching that commercial, and my girls, they start laughing. That's hilarious. Oh, he said dilly, goes to the pit or whatever. Blah. They thought it was hilarious. I'm like, no, that king's a jerk. That guy crafted what do you call it? A honey, spiced honey wine
yeah,
mead.
he called it spiced.
I'm like,
honey wine
first
mead.
of all, that's redundant.
Yeah.
So it's should have checked your script there. That's
Yeah.
redundant. You didn't need to say all that, but whatever. But then he brought him a gift, and then throws him in the pit of misery.
Yeah.
Like, don't be like that guy. He's a jerk. I
mean-
got real mad for a second. I was like, he's a jerk. That king is a jerk.
I'll take the spiced honey
Honey
wine.
When
mead.
somebody brings you a gift, whether you like it or not, you say thank you, because that guy honestly brought that king this thing he handcrafted,
Yep.
and then he just threw him in the pit of misery,
Yeah.
and then all the other sheep just saying dilly dilly.
Yeah.
That's what's wrong. That's
Even the cows at the farm can tell the difference between the grain and the corn.
really.
Yeah.
They like the grain better.
Oh yeah, 2 weeks ago we had a small batch of grain that we took up there. It was only 8 buckets, and I dumped it up, and they ate it up, and they wanted some more. So I looked around and I found a 50-pound bag of corn in the barn, and I dumped that up, and they smelled it a little bit and looked at me like, "This is not worth eating," So cows don't even like corn.
Yeah.
They're
There you
getting
go.
spoiled.
No, they're smart animals.
Yeah,
we
well,
don't,
that too.
we don't give them enough credit.
Yeah, that too.
That's the thing. Cows, with the wisdom of cattle. That should be, you should like a daily calendar. Things you've learned from cows. I bet you there's a lot. Little life lessons learned from cattle. Don't eat corn. I mean, corn's fine, I guess. Roasted corn, put corn on corn on the cob on the grill. Put some cheese on it. Ever do that?
Yum.
Yeah.
I think we're hungry.
Cheese.
It's
I
lunch.
think we're
You
hungry.
put cheese on your roasted corn?
Like cotija cheese.
That
Like
sounds
do the
great.
Mexican style corn
Yeah.
or the whatever they call it. I don't put the mayonnaise on it or whatever. They put the spice and a little bit of cheese and lime.
Little pico. on
Yeah,
there.
yeah, it's pretty good. What do they call that? They call it something.
Yeah.
The-
We have a vendor that comes in. It's authentic Mexican cuisine,
Yeah,
and so they do that.
they
but I
put the
can't-
mayonnaise on it,
The last time they didn't, they did something else.
like sour cream or.
I think it was like a
Cream.
sriracha mayo or something. No, maybe
That's-
not. I don't know. I can't remember.
I'm
but
sure
it was really
tastes
good.
fine. Yeah,
It was really good.
yeah,
Just mix it all in.
yeah, it's good. It'd be like, yeah, it's good. I don't know why. It's just ranch. Like, ranch is basically mayonnaise.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
good. You never had that? You never grilled up corn or anything?
I've grilled up corn, yeah.
But you never put the cheese on it or like the.
No, I've had what you're talking about. What they call what's the Mexican street corn?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like
But
that.
there's like a true
There's like a name.
name for it, but I
Yeah.
can't think
Yeah.
of what it's called.
Yeah. I don't know.
And my Spanish is terrible, so I'm
yeah,
not
you
gonna
speak
try it.
Spanish. What is it? What's corn in Spanish?
Esquiche or something like that. It's-
Corn.
all the listeners are like, "Oh, that's so terrible."
Yeah, be
It's
careful.
something like that, I think.
Corn is maíz.
Okay, well, that's not what
in
it's.
Spanish.
You call it maize.
Yeah.
don't know.
Similar to maize.
Maize. Maize.
Yeah.
I don't know. If somebody if somebody knows what
Yeah.
we're talking about.
Yeah.
Somebody's thumbing us up over there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. We're getting a lot.
Some
Lots-
some
lots
corn
of
street corn
smileys.
enthusiast is just
Yeah.
like, yes,
That's-
finally.
you're wrong.
Smileys, lots of
Been watching for 2
Elote.
years. Huh?
elote.
Ah,
Elote?
okay.
Who was that?
I was way off.
That was Rex.
Thanks, Rex. Good call.
No.
Thanks. Anybody else watching? Anybody shout out? We need to shout out to anybody else?
Is Michelle on there? Michelle said she was going to watch on her way to San Antonio.
There was a
There once was a
Uh,
Michelle.
Michelle. Last name starts with an L.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think so.
Michelle.
She's,
Hey,
she's
Michelle.
watching. Yep.
Hey, what's up?
Drive safe.
Cool. All right. Well, this pecan porter is fantastic.
Thank
I
you.
really enjoy this. I would drink this.
Yeah, 2 people jumped in and
All
said
day.
elote.
Sweet. Thank you guys for correcting us on our
Yeah, this
street
is-
corn.
Like-
Have you told them what's going to happen in 21 days in a wake up?
Are we allowed to?
Ooh.
Mom?
Uh-oh. You
21.
just teased us.
I'm going to knock down that wall behind you.
This one.
Oh.
So it's public knowledge?
No, it is
We're putting
now.
it out there.
You're expanding. Yeah.
March 1st. So by our anniversary party, we'll have the next warehouse.
That's awesome. How many square feet are over there? What's over there now?
It's bigger than this.
Really? What's over there now?
Just
A tenant.
a tenant with a private company.
Does he know you're going to knock out
Oh,
the
yeah.
Yeah.
Just one day. Hey, man.
He's listening right now.
It's like, hey, man. This is how he's finding out. This is how
Yeah.
you're breaking it down. By the way, everybody,
Pack your bags. No, I'm
what does he do over there? Who knows? People are going to be drinking beer while whatever it is he does.
kidding. Yeah.
So, well, no, cool.
Yeah.
That was always the plan, though, right? Just start
Yes. Yeah.
and then grow.
So indoor restrooms and more indoor taproom space and more brewing space. So all around awesome.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming more AC.
Well, yeah.
Listen,
Something.
it cooled down significantly.
did,
Like
right
from
now.
my knees down, I can feel it.
It's chilly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was gonna say we could open that door again because all the rain stopped, but
Yeah,
it got
it's
cool
chilly.
real
You
fast.
could open the door.
No, it's a glare.
Good. Just glare anyway.
Is there not?
A little bit.
No, like
Not
just
too bad.
tasteful glare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lower
Lower
glare.
Okay. Okay. So 2-barrel. Listen, I want to get back to 2-barrel brew house, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Brewing on 2 barrels for a year. What have you learned about your brew house, your capacity, your ability, your any of that kind of like?
It's a
lessons?
lot of work.
Yeah.
Double batches are hard. So the brew system is 1 barrel and the tanks are 2 barrels. So,
Okay.
but every time I brew, I always do 2 batches.
Okay.
So I'm always filling up the tank of 2 barrels.
So how long is your brew day?
15 hours.
That's a
Oh
long
boy.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yesterday, started at 5:30. I was actually out of here by 7:30, which was a shortened day.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. I try to, if I'm on schedule and everything's going okay and cleanup's pretty quick but that's cleanup to cleanup. So, or start to clean up. So total, 12 or 14 to 15 hours.
And it's just you in here by yourself?
Mom, she, Mom helps clean up and keep me on schedule.
Okay, that's good.
So I'll dump the grain out and then she into a big bucket and then she divides it into smaller buckets, easier for her to handle for when she takes it to when Dad and her take it. And so and then she helps clean and mop and just do anything else to help me speed things along.
What music plays when you brew?
I actually have not been listening to music. I usually do podcasts,
Oh, really?
but
what have you been listening to? Anything interesting?
I love How I Built This. And then there's a couple other ones.
Do you do earbuds or over the
Yeah,
speaker?
earbuds.
Yeah, that's podcast is almost you almost need
Yeah.
earbuds. Like even driving, it's a little
Right.
Like I can do it, but I like the earbuds. better.
Yeah. But lately I haven't been listening to anything actually, just my own thoughts.
Just zen,
Yeah.
just moments of self-reflection and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I bet you.
How many days a week are you brewing?
1 or 2.
Okay.
So it's about 6 times a month. But so some weeks are 2 days, some other weeks are 1 day.
Okay, and styles that you want to tackle. I would guess you have a certain amount of brewing you have to do to keep up with your core beers, right? Just to
Yeah, and that's sped up in the last month or so. Like I said earlier, we're struggling just to keep up. So we may be brewing twice a week, every week, coming up pretty soon.
Okay, people are. What do you think that is? More people just hearing about you, or just people have gotten thirstier? Like
I don't know, both.
The
All
word,
above.
Yeah,
the word's out.
the word's out.
yeah, and we're trying to keep up with just quality and putting the best beers out there. Like we're not gonna, like the other day I actually brewed a stout and I changed something on it. So which I just was, it was a trial and error and it was a big error, but so the one thing we're not controlling is the water. So we're not using RO water. So the city of Houston is just changing their water as they please, which affects our brew day. And so, and how the beers finish out. And so, we were a little lower on our sugars or like on our OG and so our gravity. And so I was like, oh, maybe, I've always heard that you can add a dry extract and just add more sugars to it to get your number up. And so some brewers out there are probably like, oh, why'd you do that? I don't know. No, first time to try it. And so anyways, it just did not turn out. And so, and it was okay at first, and then it progressively just it was just not up to our standards. And so we dumped it. And that was a month ago. I mean, Dad and I talked about it. Mom talked about it. We were like, this is not our stout. And we don't want people coming in thinking that this is our stout and something we're proud of when it's not something that we want to be drinking ourselves.
It really didn't taste bad. It was okay. But
it just wasn't.
It wasn't ours.
It wasn't ours.
Yeah.
And people are hearing about our stout, and I'm sad y'all aren't here to try it, because it's even changed from the last time y'all came. When you came a year ago, our beers have changed. And
thanks everybody for drinking all of it.
Yeah. I mean, we've gotten a lot of recognition on that, and I mean, our stout, IPA, and our blonde are probably our best sellers. If you like a dark beer, that stout is really good.
What is the ABV on your stout?
It's 6.
Okay,
6.
That's very approachable.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's a market for that for sure. I mean, you see a lot of like imperial stouts and things that are way big, 10, 12%.
Right.
But stouts just taste so great. It'd be a lunchtime stout, like a 6% or something, because they go great with food.
Yeah,
so good.
And on the Pecan Porter, the reason that was a disaster is because I was trying to make it an imperial, and but we hadn't ever brewed a big beer on this system. And so when I'm writing out everything I need to buy and order and pick up, and so I'm thinking, okay, this is what I need. And I was thinking, it was such a big beer, I thought that was the double batch. And said it was a single. And so I only ordered enough grain for one batch of beer. And so it came out at 7.9, which is still great, but I was wanting it to be a lot stronger. So it's not an imperial anymore, but so that was why that was a disaster. And that was interesting. I don't know what I was thinking, but
it tasted good.
Yeah, but it turned out really great. And so, but our main 5 beers are going to stay 5-6%. We are in the beginning, when we first opened, all the beers were like 7 and 7.5, which was a really great couple openings for everybody. But it was a bit much. So
yeah, Uber got rich.
Yeah, really. Yeah.
What style? So obviously the Pecan Porter is going to get perfected and that sort of thing. But what other styles do you look at and you're like, I got to try that?
I have a whole list of beers to do, and they'll hopefully we can fit them into our schedule and keep up with our 5 core beers and slowly add in some more. And I don't know. So like I said, next we'll do a Pilsner, but I'm going to do an ale. So be kind of a Pilsner ale, not a lager, just because we are all ales in the back. So Pilsner, we're going to do the Blood Orange IPA. I want to do a double IPA, double dry hop, DDH, whatever, everything. So do a big IPA. Seasonals, I want to do a strawberry blonde and then kind of keep it easy on that one. And then we have a persimmon tree at the farm. So I really want to, around fall time, really throw in some persimmons, but I'm thinking on a wheat, but not 100% sure on that yet. I like a vanilla porter, so we may try that, but I think I did the pecan porter instead of the vanilla. Okay.
What do persimmons taste like? Because I don't know that I've ever eaten one. I remember my elementary school, we had a persimmon tree on the playground, and they just all got chunked at everybody.
Kind of like pumpkin.
Yeah. Mom puts it in a pumpkin pie instead of pumpkins.
Really?
And you can't tell a difference.
Really? Mm-hmm. Did you know that?
Persimmons.
You do pies. I don't know if
No, I didn't know that. I know you could do butternut squash and it tastes exactly the same as a pumpkin.
Mm-hmm.
The persimmon's got to be real ripe, or you're going to be
puckered up.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is it the skin or something makes it something can irritate? So it has to be really ripe.
I just remember they would fall and get gooey, and because it was on the blacktop in between 2 basketball goals, and so if you went to that. Like if you're on the right goal and you went to the left to shoot, you'd slip and fall almost every time because there's also a slope.
Yeah.
The 80s were treacherous. So, good luck.
Do the cows eat it? The deer love persimmons.
They'll eat it.
Yeah.
Pears,
did the deer ever get a hold of the the grain, the spent grains, or is that all just for
Yeah.
the
We
cows?
have put it out for them during the season.
Yeah.
During deer season.
But it can't spoil, and same with the cows. It has to be. It
Fresh.
can't. Yeah, you can't spoil it all. So if we're late at all, we'll just feed it to the hogs. If it's
They'll eat anything.
spoiled, yeah.
How many hogs do y'all have?
Oh, I mean, the state of Texas
Like, are you talking?
has millions.
You're talking the wild hogs.
Yeah,
right?
like wild boar.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
so we don't
I wish
want
I
them
had
there.
none.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Do you ever?
They tear the place up.
I guess you hunt for the hogs.
But they're hard to. They're very wary.
Yeah,
animals.
they're smart, right?
Yeah,
they're
they actually have
they're
the best.
nocturnal.
Yeah.
They don't come out much in the daytime.
Yeah.
And their sense
Oh,
of
yeah.
smell is the best. They have I think that's like the mammal with the best sense of smell or something like that. It's
Really?
pretty incredible.
They smell so bad. You would think they'd be.
You can shoot wild hogs now from a helicopter.
Yeah.
You can shoot, yeah, pretty much. You can hunt them pretty much any way. Like you could do
Yeah.
hand grenades. They'd be
Wow.
like, yeah,
Tannerite. A lot of
Yeah.
people. I've seen a video with people shooting like it was like an arrow, and they shot. It was tannerite in there, and it blew them up.
like ready, just from hog, just right into bacon.
Yeah.
just like that.
But you can't really eat most of the hogs.
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, you can eat like the younger ones.
Yeah, they get a little gamey and
yeah.
Well,
tough.
the big ones are full of like parasites. And
Yeah. Nasty.
They're gross.
They're pretty. They're bad. I mean, are hogs mammals? I actually don't. Okay, I was making sure. I said that. I'm like, is that right? I don't know.
They're part dinosaur.
Yeah, there we go.
They'll,
They're
they'll-
nasty.
Yeah.
You do not want them on your property.
Yeah.
At one time, they were all domesticated pigs.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's how
We
they
know that
got
for sure?
introduced. They're not native to the ecosystem.
They get feral. Wasn't it feralized? It's not feralized.
Yeah.
But they go feral quicker than just about anything. Like a dog will be fine for a while, but a hog it takes like 2 weeks.
It's like just like a cat.
Cats?
Cats will go feral. You know.
Can you bring them back though? That's the question. Some of them you can, some of them you can't. Nature talk here on Liquid Lunch.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Way over
I don't-
my head.
Small enough, I guess.
Yeah, we've
Yeah,
got
right.
Like a household cat can go out into the wild and it will.
cats are vicious.
It will probably live, but
Yeah.
if a household dog gets out in the wild,
No, not my dogs.
yeah,
Yeah.
they can't fend for themselves.
No, forget it. My dogs. I don't know. No, my dogs wouldn't. They're too soft. Like, oh, there's no couch out here. I don't even know. Wait, we're not watching a
Tell
movie
mine
tonight? Yeah, we're not watching a movie tonight.
No AC.
No,
What's
yeah,
going on here?
yeah. What is this?
What's all
Too
this
cold.
heat?
Nobody here to hand feed me? I don't even. Yeah, this life is not worth living. Hey, Jose, listening on the Mixer feed. Jose just out of class.
Do you guys make your root beer?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that.
Yeah,
That's the
I'm
last
No
one.
alcohol.
I'm onto the root beer now. It's
Yeah.
good.
Okay. Okay. How do you do your root beer?
I actually just extract the Zatarans extract and lots and lots and lots of sugar.
Not Tony Coloni or whatever we. or
Yeah, well, whatever that was.
Tony Baloney.
Tony
Yeah.
Baloney, Coloni.
Saturate.
That's good. It's. So what is it? What's that ratio of extract? You had sugar too, right?
So it's just a little bottle of Zatarain. I do 5-gallon kegs.
Tastes good.
Zatarain, a little bottle of that, and then I can't remember how much sugar
A lot,
it
though,
was.
right?
It was a lot,
Yeah.
yeah. And I added more than what it said, and because I kept tasting it, and I kept tasting the root beer flavor, and I like the licorice almost tasting flavor,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and I didn't like that, so I kept just adding more sugar.
Not a licorice fan.
No.
You still like anise or whatever they call it, right? Star anise, anise, whatever.
Anise.
Wherever you're from. What do you call it, Kennedy?
What?
Anise or anise or anise?
I call it anise, but you got to be careful when you're saying that word.
You're into anise?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah, you like that? Is that like your favorite?
You can't really slip when you're saying that word. It's going
You
to have
can
a
slip.
completely different meaning.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good root beer, though.
Thanks. Yeah, everybody's really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's like it's a dessert in a glass. I don't drink a lot of soda now that I just drink as an adult and I can drink beer.
Yeah.
I don't put sugar in my coffee,
Yeah.
right?
It was funny that a girl came in the first day we had it on tap, the root beer. A girl came in and goes, "Oh, do you have anything other than beer or no alcohol?" And I was like, "Yes, we have root beer." She goes, "Oh, I don't like root beer." I was like, "Oh man," it totally shot me down. I was like, "Okay, there's water over there."
Yeah, there's there's the other side, the other place over there. There's a grocery store down the street.
Yeah, but everybody's really liked it. So kids, I mean, adults, they'll come in and like they're gonna drink, and they say, no, actually, I want to start with a root beer, and they drink root beer first.
Yes. No, that's good because it's like it gives you options. You know, maybe you're driving, or maybe you're just not in the mood for a beer, or maybe you've been to 3 other breweries before.
Exactly.
You need to pace yourself. People do that, and that's good because that's the cool thing. Everybody wants to. You know, if you're a brewery fan, which there's a lot of us here. Like I'm a brewery fan. I like hanging out at breweries and meeting people. But if you jump around on a Saturday, you end up seeing a lot of people if you're staying in the same area. Like, wait, didn't I just see you over there?
Yeah.
All right.
Hopping around.
And then you make friends, and that's all good.
That's my girlfriend and I. Julie.
How-
Hey, Julie.
What's the average brewery?
Well, see, I don't always have when I have weekends off.
Yeah.
Which I don't always do. When I have them off, like say I had any given Saturday, we're gonna hit at least 2, if not more.
Do you always go close to one another?
No. Sometimes we're all over the place.
Okay. Do you
Like-
go with
like-
a theme of like this brewery does good
No,
IPAs and this brewery's known for their stouts? Do you try to keep them or something? I don't know.
No. I mean, she's kind of new in town, so there's still a few places she hasn't
She's
been
new in
yet.
town.
Well, I mean,
How long have y'all been dating?
Well,
How long have you been-
relatively new.
How long have you been dating?
Like since a year and a couple months.
A year and a half.
Uh,
4J's only been open for a year.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's been around here longer than 4J's been a brewery.
Yeah.
Well,
That's not that new.
Yeah.
How many breweries have y'all been together? Been to together?
I don't know.
Most?
I
Houston
mean-
area breweries?
Yeah, we've been to most.
There's
but-
about I started counting it up. I think we're at 50 or 49, like as far as like open breweries.
Golly.
I think. I mean, it depends on if you.
Are we counting Galveston area?
Yeah. Or like Brenham area.
Yeah, I go all the way up to College Station
Okay.
So are you?
because from my house I'm as close to College Station as I am to
As-
Galveston.
yeah.
Are,
so
are you counting Galveston?
I do,
In the, yeah.
and I count College Station
That's
too.
what I counted.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I don't know if you noticed.
I don't know. What?
I got the ticker running again.
Oh, way to go!
That has
Is it
a-
up to date?
Yeah, I updated it. That's
There
why
were
I had
2
this-
more that opened since the show started in Texas. So
that's- maybe. Yeah, they're totally there.
okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
cool.
so I'm aware of the Houston breweries. So yeah, there's around 50 for counting Galveston.
I was making a list like
Golly.
the map I've been looking at to go do brewery tours and whatever. It's not updating for anymore. I don't know if it's because Apple has destroyed, like they cranked down the phone after a couple generations. They don't let it starts to be slow or whatever.
No, not Apple. They wouldn't do something like
They
that.
won't do that. Did you need to scoot out at any
Dad
point?
need to go.
Okay.
He just has to head to work.
Well, we've enjoyed having you on the show
Yeah,
for sure.
thanks a lot.
Enjoyed everything.
Yeah, and thank you for, everything you've done to put this together. This is a great place.
Well, come back anytime.
We'll be back tomorrow.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Have a good one, Larry. All right, I'll just bring that down. Thank you so much. All right, you got cool parents.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yeah.
When he was talking about when I was in college and they were brewing and having parties here and with the he put tokens in the can for which one you liked the most and I'm in college and they're having exactly they're throwing parties. I'm like, what is this crap? So and they're going to St. Arnold, they're going to Carbach, they're going to No Label, visiting all these breweries that are open and I'm like, what is craft beer? I didn't even know what it was. I'm drinking Natty Light, in college and
Yeah.
they're enjoying the craft beer scene. So they're pretty cool.
That is cool. That is cool. Yeah. I know his parents don't drink.
Oh,
My mom doesn't.
No, my parents
No.
don't drink.
Yeah.
my mom barely drinks.
I got my mother-in-law into. She's like I take her to breweries all the time now, and she's kind of into it. We took her to St. Arnold, and
Nice.
yeah, she's kind of like every time I bring something, she's like, "What are we trying this time?" I'm
Ah,
like, "All
that's
right,
cool.
This is fun. This is fun. It took us, 15 years to kind of get on the same page on stuff.
Yeah.
And now that we're there. It's forever.
That's
Anyway.
cool.
Yeah. All right. There was something else I wanted to talk about real quick before we wrap up the show. This over the last couple of days, anybody listening on social, if you're watching this, I guess you're on social. It's either Facebook or YouTube or Twitter or whatever. I don't know why in the last couple of days it's been kind of nutty. People have just like lost their minds. I don't know if it's the
Not on social.
yeah. I don't know if
No.
it's like the
Never.
the
No.
Trump
That's
State
what
of the
I'm-
Union
Yeah,
or
I'm like, what?
or what. I don't know what's going on that just to make people lose their mind. But somebody posted about Petty Colas in Dallas, like buying taps at bars and stuff. Like just throwing out an accusation that just had no base whatsoever. And it was very cool. Speaking of, Michael Pedicolis will be on next week.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
But and we'll talk to him about that then. But just a blind accusation on something that had no basis whatsoever. But it was cool to see everybody rally behind him. And then another one yesterday talked about just random, like, Celis Brewery closing.
Oh,
Like,
They just opened.
I didn't see that.
somebody just it was like on an Austin-only beer group. And, of course, it got copied everywhere else. And
Oh, my gosh.
And it said something about, they're closing, all their sales staff walked out. I'm like, oh, my gosh, that's a really big deal. That's like, oh, my God, did this really happen? And I look, and of course, their only post on, Celis's only post on Twitter like 5 minutes before was, hey, we've got a new IPA coming out or
Oh, my
something.
gosh,
So it's like,
weird.
oh, wait a minute, that
How do
doesn't.
people come up with this stuff?
I don't know. I think it's people just trying to get things
Start
started.
something.
And it,
Haters gonna hate.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's hating. I just think people are just messing with everybody.
Yeah.
They're like, what can I get started? Because I don't know. It's like people are too bored now, and I don't understand. It's like we don't have to be outraged every day.
Yeah.
Let's just chill.
I saw the other day. Okay, so have y'all been seeing the Beer Alliance posts?
Yes.
Which is AB and Bev
Yes.
or whatever. They're it's kind of they're competing against our craft pack kind of deal. And so they posted there's only 4 breweries in Texas that can't sell to go. It was something like, or that are too big to sell to go, or something like that. And somebody responded with like, no joke, like 12 Twitter posts after that of spreadsheets of it wasn't a spreadsheet. It was just listing them out.
Tagging,
Actually, it's these people, and it was like 4 different posts after that, like proving them wrong that no, it's these people that are licensed breweries that can't sell beer to go. So that was pretty funny.
Yeah, I think they don't seem to be real. I think they kind of know that the gig is up, and I don't even know why they feel like they have to fight it.
Right.
Like I get it that it's for the longest time it's been in your interest to keep the little man down, and everybody has to go through the distributor for everything. And distributors play a role, and that's good. Not everybody wants to own a shipping company.
Right.
Once you get to a certain point, self-distribution becomes a whole nother business.
Right.
Once you're and they'll get there. And if you'll let people take stuff home as a brewery, they'll get there even faster.
Exactly.
So it's in the distributors need to know it's in their best interest to let that happen. And if they don't, if you keep fighting it, you're going to get left behind. And this is not me. I don't own any interest in a distributor or a brewery or anything else. But if you keep fighting that, somebody with bigger pockets than you is going to come in and wreck shop. And somebody like an Amazon is going to come in and be like, oh, you have that much money to throw at the issue? Hold on. Let us get some laws changed real quick. Here's a few billion. Boom.
Yeah.
And you can't compete with that. It may happen eventually anyway. But if you play nice and don't be such D-bags, people may be more likely to be like, they've helped us out. They've provided a great service and that sort of thing. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand the inclination just to. I don't know. They've just done it that way for so long. I don't know. Kennedy, you got any thoughts? Good.
Craft Pack, please
Yeah.
donate to the Craft Pack.
Yeah, donate the Craft Pack. Call your local representative and or state senator.
Yep.
Let them know you support whatever the number on the bills are.
Yeah.
I don't.
House bill and Senate bills.
Yes.
Yep.
Support them.
When do they go to vote?
Not for a while. I don't know. When does has the session officially started?
I don't know.
It's every 2 years, right?
Yeah.
I don't know where.
So it's this year.
Yeah.
But we don't know.
I don't know when opening
When?
day is. Have pitchers and catchers, have they reported? It's a different thing, right?
Opening day.
Oh, baseball.
Baseball. Yeah. I thought that was some joke. I don't know. I don't know where you're.
Oh,
that
no.
was-
That's, I mean, no.
I don't know. Opening
I don't know
day
what they do
is
at
in March.
March 27th, I think, is Astros opening day. They're in
Yeah.
Tampa.
Thank goodness.
We're going to do a pre-party
Nice.
that day. The game's at 3 o'clock. We're going to do it at Thistle Draft Shop.
Sweet.
So I don't know if,
I love Thistle.
yes, and I don't know if you'll be brewing that day or whatever, but if your schedule
It's
allows.
a Friday,
It's a
isn't it?
Thursday.
Oh, it's a Thursday.
Whatever the Thursday is.
Okay.
So just throwing it out
28th,
there.
I believe.
Is it the 28th?
I believe so.
We're going to do a pre-party. Of course, the show at noon, and we're
And
going
I
to
can tell you for
Sweet.
sure.
lead up to the
I need
Yeah,
To the
it's
game at
it's
3
the
o'clock.
28th.
Okay.
28th. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you,
Cool.
And even if you don't get out there till the game, party.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best pre-show.
Yeah, it'll be the best pre-show.
Be the best pre-show out there.
It'll be the best pre-show to a baseball season we've ever done.
The best baseball season we've ever done.
Yeah,
We've had some pretty good ones.
I'm talking about that we've done.
Oh, that we've done.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, the Astros.
Yeah.
I-
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll see.
Just this one show, it'll be the best one
That's what I'm
the
saying.
best season we've ever
That
done.
was the whole
just
deal.
from one show.
All right. Well, is there anything else we need to talk about before we kind of do the old wrapperoo and let people go back to work, because it's the lunch break can only be so long, unfortunately.
We've got a viewer suggestion
Oh, what's that?
that you need to keep some Bluebell around
Yes.
for the root beer.
It's
And the stout.
Oh, yeah.
And the stout. We did that. I think it was in the summertime. We did that a couple times. So
Really?
I think we'll pull that out again
Okay.
when it gets a little cooler. I mean, warmer. Sorry.
Either way, it's going to get both.
Yeah.
Probably today.
Yeah,
It's
in one
cooler
day.
and warmer all in the same day.
Yeah.
Crazy Houston weather, but all right.
Is there anything you'd like to promote? Anything coming up here?
Y'all saw me setting up for karaoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have karaoke on Saturday night at 7. Benny's Dogs will be the food vendor that day. And then on the 22nd of February, we are pairing Girl Scout cookies with our flight, actually. So that'll be pretty tasty.
What pairs with Thin Mints?
Stout. I think that's what I have listed.
I would go with that.
So Thin Mints are on the on the
Oh, of
pairing
course.
list.
Yeah, for
Kennedy
sure.
was a Girl Scout.
No, I
There you
love
go.
Thin Mints.
We this whole show would have just been karaoke had it not rained. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry, everybody. Jennifer would have been.
Sweet.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
I don't karaoke.
We
I don't
heard
do
you
it.
a little bit.
But that was a joke. But I don't do it.
I don't think it was.
I'm gonna have to like be the
MC?
Yeah, there you go. So I don't think I'll be able to.
What
get
if you
it.
were forced to do it?
Oh, I don't know.
What if what if there was an asteroid headed towards Earth, and the only thing that could knock it off its course would be you singing karaoke? What song? would you
Probably like Dixieland Delight or Sweet Home Alabama. That's
Okay.
just so like basic, but
Roll Tide.
basic Alabama fan.
Roll Tide.
You know, I've never karaoke'd before.
Not even
I've
at home.
literally never gotten up in front of people and karaoke.
Really?
I mean, shower karaoke doesn't count.
No, it does not.
No.
Maybe you should do it on Saturday night.
Yeah. We're doing Saturday night.
No.
Changing your plans now. Come karaoke. Let's get that started.
Yeah.
Let's get like a hashtag Kennedy karaoke.
Do you want people here? Do you want me to scare everybody away?
No, we want everybody.
Yeah.
Your mom was saying fiddle.
Oh,
Like
I
Charlie-
play
you
the
played the violin?
Yeah, Mom, really?
You're like Charlie Daniels.
No,
Like classic style.
I mean, yeah, I play the like. There's no actual difference between violin and fiddle, but like I play.
Could you play
Country
Devil
songs,
Went Down to
so-
Georgia if you had to?
I have not learned it, so no.
But if you needed to learn it, work it up in
Yeah.
a couple weeks, and then
I don't know about maybe
Perform.
longer than a couple weeks,
okay,
but
it's a lot of notes.
yeah.
At Charlie Daniels.
And I hate the devil part where he's on. So what he's actually playing on the wrong side of the bridge when he's doing those like
Sounds like
horrible
distorted.
noises. I
Yeah.
can't. Yeah.
No go.
When the devil's playing.
Right.
Or whatever it was. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about?
Right. No, I guess when he's doing the challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then he comes. What's the guy's name? Did they
I
give the
don't
guy's
know.
name?
I don't know.
Looking for a soul to steal. And I'll tell you once I'm the best at that. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fire on the mountain,
Right.
run boy, run.
Yeah,
That's all
I
I
don't
know.
know.
Devil's in the house of the rising sun. Chicken in the bed, bread
Ding,
basket,
ding.
bread
Wow.
basket, picking up dough.
Wow.
You know a lot of it.
Isn't it Johnny?
Johnny, yeah,
Yeah.
Johnny,
That sounds about
yeah,
Johnny.
yes, Johnny.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny rosined up his bow.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Did anybody say that
Played
on
that
the,
fiddle too,
on
or
the
something.
No.
Facebook? Nobody's correcting us yet.
Mm-mm.
No, not yet.
But yeah, no, Johnny rosined
Sure
up his
it'll
bow.
There you go.
There we go.
We knew there
if
was
we
a
start
name.
talking about crawfish again, we'll get a bunch of comments.
People are people big into crawfish.
Oh, yeah.
People are hankering for some crawfish. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's crawfish season.
Yeah,
Everybody's ready.
we'll have somebody come out. I think we booked for April, so
Yeah,
we'll have a
April's-
crawfish day. April.
Yeah, April's when they're the best.
Everybody's been doing it, so I mean, you see people posting, but that's how I feel. I'm like, it's February. It's not. I mean, it's not time yet. So
It's close though.
yeah.
Yeah. The what they do is like over in Louisiana, with the rice paddies, they flood them out, and then after they harvest the rice, crawfish,
Oh,
boom, and then
there
the
you go.
crawfish.
They do that around in East Texas, too, like around Beaumont.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of rice/crawfish farms.
There you go. All right. Sustainable resource
Yeah.
thing. Mud bugs. All right. Well, anything.
Yummy.
It's yeah.
Oh, yeah, Jeffrey. See, I told you Crawfish people are going to start commenting. Yeah, Jeffrey said,
topic.
yeah, apparently there's a place, there's a crawfish place a half a mile away from his house.
Oh.
There you go.
Well, there we go. All right.
Nice.
Well, all right. Well, are we all ready to wrap it up? Get back to work?
Yeah, I think it's about that time.
It is about that time, so I'll play some music over here, and I'm sure it'll be fine. I think. Do I still have it? I do. We don't do a lot of the liquid lunches on the road, but this should be a regular gig.
I know. This is fun.
Maybe like once or twice a month.
There you go.
Yeah. You got anything else? I mean, surely you're not busy.
No, I don't. I'm not busy at all.
Okay. Well, everybody check out the upcoming events here at 4J
Yeah.
in Spring Branch.
Anniversary party on the 23rd of March.
Yeah, get your tickets available online, or is it just
We're
a
not. Yeah, we just show up. We're
just
not going to
show
do
up?
tickets.
Just
Yeah.
if the houses are rocking, don't come and knock and
Yep.
just walk on in.
Yeah.
And pick up that karaoke mic on the night.
Yeah.
It's 2
This
p.m.
Saturday.
This Saturday, 2 days from now.
Yeah. 7 p.m.
Or you can rosin up your bow and have a fiddle off with Jennifer. What do they call it? Not a fiddle off. What would it be called? What do they call it?
A duel. I don't know.
A duel. I think it is a duel. Yeah, you have to bet your soul though,
Yeah.
or a fiddle of gold versus a soul. Two fiddles of gold, or your soul,
Yeah.
or beer.
Or beer. That
Ooh, maybe you do a fiddle of gold beer inspired beer, like a
Oh.
golden ale
Wow.
aged on old violins.
We add rosin into it.
Yeah,
Ew.
Randall
Gross.
it through a what is the bow? I don't know.
That's horsehair.
Horsehair. Yeah,
There
there
you
you
go.
go. It's a barnyard.
That sounds
Wild.
really gross.
Not big on
But
the-
I liked the golden ale and
Farmhouse
the fiddle
ale.
of gold and the.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
So
pretty
what
cool.
are the elements of violins? You got horsehair, some sort of wood. What kind of wood? Rosewood or something
The
like?
string is pig guts, I think.
There you go. Bacon, smoked,
Yeah.
sort of
There you go.
pork. What else? What's the neck made of? I don't know.
I don't know. Just the wood.
There's some metal, but
wood
that's the
and-
tanks.
Yeah.
Deconstruction
Stainless
of the
steel.
yeah of the violin to make a beer.
Yeah.
Fiddle made of gold.
That sounds good.
Yeah, and it's got to have soul. So the devil went down to Georgia Golden Ale.
There you go.
I don't know. Anyway, it's a longer song than I remember. Still have a minute and a half. Kennedy, got anything you need to promote?
No.
Okay, good
Can't think
way
of
to,
anything.
way to take up some of that
Yeah,
time.
make sure to check. Make sure to check us out next week, everybody.
Yeah,
Oh,
Michael
Michael
Petticolis.
Petticolis.
He'll be in via the Skype line, I guess we'll call that the drunk dial line or whatever. He'll be but on the camera.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, he's great. He's great. He just let him go and he'll talk.
That's Valentine's Day.
Yes.
I'll watch while I'm brewing.
Oh, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Well,
did.
happy upcoming Valentine's Day. I guess we'll talk about that.
Are you
next
gonna
week.
give me chocolates next? Oh, hold on. Let it be a surprise.
You know what?
Let it be a surprise.
I'll hit you up with a perfect Valentine's Day pairing. Is what I'll do. I've got
There
it
you
in.
go.
I know it already. I've got
Some
it in my
little
mind.
chocolates and beer.
Mm-hmm. And I know.
Rose petals.
And
Yes, and he
Yeah.
walks in. But you know what? We're gonna do the show from a bubble bath, a heart-shaped
There.
bubble bath.
am I going to walk into a trail of rose petals?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
you're not. I don't want to clean it up. Maybe where I tracked in some of the yard, if I was, something like that.
Some lawn clippings.
Yes, it'll be. Ooh, this tastes like long clippers. I love long clippers. So romantic. All right. Well, Jennifer Edwards, 4J Brewing, Spring Branch here in the heart of Houston. Come see her. Tell her Liquid Lunch and/or Interbrew sent you. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, she's done both. And come see the events and all that stuff. Thanks to your dad
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah. Bye,
This is
everybody.
fun. Bye, guys.
Production.